It's a great joy to be here with our young people as they come of age this morning. And I would like to thank the mentors and the teachers and the parents and the coming of agers for this moment for our congregation, because our congregation has a commencement that begins once again today. So thank you to all of you. And if I could ask the coming of agers to come down so I can address you in this right hand of fellowship, I would appreciate that. It's much smoother this time around, wasn't it? The music this morning has been quite excellent and wonderful. I picked up this morning on a line that Siobhan McLennan sang, and right in the middle of the song, it was a line that said, "Don't need no roads." And it reminds me of a line from a song that was written by Jerry Garcia, and the lines are, "There is a road, no simple highway, between the dusk and the dark of night. And if you go, no one can follow, for that path is meant for your steps alone." There are no roads. It's not just so much that we don't need them, they don't exist. We have guides along the way, but each of us has to walk our own path. And you've all shared your belief statements with us this morning and talked about the path that you're on. And I suspect, as some of you have mentioned, that while these are your beliefs today, they may not be your beliefs a year or 5 years, or as we talked about in our conversations, a half a lifetime again from now. Those beliefs might be different. Lots of times people think that Unitarian Universalists can believe whatever we want, but the truth of it is we believe exactly what we have to. What makes us have to believe it? It's the truth, as best we can know it. So it's about knowing your truth, yes? When we talked in my office, we talked about service as a part of becoming of age. And I talked with our youth about how coming of age is really much like a bridge, and they are, as Jonathan just said, at a beginning step of that bridge. But I look around this room and I don't think anyone has stepped off of that bridge at the other end. I don't know. I'm 61 this year, and I don't know when I fully become an adult. And the thing is that to be on that bridge is to recognize that we're part of something larger than ourselves, yes? And we talked about service and two different kinds of service as recognizing and connecting with being larger than ourselves. We talked about service as a way of doing service in the congregation and in the larger community. And when we do that, we are actively creating the community that we want to be a part of. And then we talked about service as in worship and as in taking the time in our lives, as a number of you mentioned this morning, taking the time in our lives so that we can be open to being moved by what we find true. You talked this morning about what is true for you, and so what I want to say to you is take what's true for you and let it matter. Let it matter in your lives and let it matter in the world. If it's a truth that you can set on a shelf, it has little value. But if it's a truth that can make a difference in your life and make a difference in the world around you, then it's something to be held onto, something to be used, and something that will be the guiding light and hold you on your paths. The tradition of the right hand of fellowship is something that comes out of Unitarian Universalism, especially the Unitarian tradition from ages ago when ministers would recognize one another at their ordinations, and they would extend the right hand of fellowship, and they would welcome one another to the work of ministry. And we use the right hand of fellowship in many ways to welcome one another into this ministry. And so as we extend the right hand of fellowship to you this morning, it's welcome to the bridge, this bridge that we're all on now. Welcome to the bridge and welcome to the work, and it's wonderful to have your good company along the way.